All right. Now, the concept of a customer. A customer is just anybody that's receiving a good or service and paying for it, right? And in one sense, economically. Okay. This relationship we're going to see is going to get a little bit more complicated when you're looking within a system itself. The other concept that we need to define then is a vendor or a supplier. The vendor or the supplier is going to be the one that's generating either the product or the service and giving it to the customer. Okay. Now, this is where it gets a little bit complicated, is that in our typical economic system, capitalism, you have customers that are out there that have money that want to buy products and services. Okay, that's pretty straightforward. And you've heard, like, the customer is number one, always do what the customer wants. Okay, that's good. The vendor is then the person that's providing that and selling those services. But that terminology can also be used within a particular organization or system. Now, think of it this way, is that the shop floor, a person actually producing the goods from at one workstation, is the vendor that is then supplying a partially made product to another component or element within that same factory. So there's actually a vendor or supplier within an organization supplying an internal customer with a product. Okay, so that vendor customer or what was it? The other thing I was going to say, supplier customer relationship can exist within a system. Okay, and then that goes downstream. And the ideal is that you're always giving the customer what it is that they want. Now, let's throw a wrench into this too, or another way of thinking about it, is that in our educational environment too, since we're bringing it back, we're high schoolers here, think about my relationship with you guys as students and me as an instructor. Are there times that at what times are you the customer? And are there times that I'm also the customer? Am I sometimes the vendor, or are you sometimes the vendor? And what relationship is that in the school type environment? Okay. So you can see that sometimes there's a bit of back and forth within a system. Now, once you go external, like I said before, in a typical buying products type situation, it's pretty clearly defined who the supplier is and who the customer is. But ultimately, we always want to be giving the customer, whoever that is, exactly what they're looking for in terms of quality and value, so that we don't have any waste.